Good morning everyone. I thought I'd do something a bit different today. Obviously, as you know, I do a lot of recipe videos on my channel, so I thought it might be nice as a bit of a change to do a little kind of recipe book review, because you guys will have heard me talk about things like Deliciously Ella and Thug Kitchen. So today I'm going to do a little look at some of the books that I use from these guys, as well as a couple of others, just to give you some ideas. Particularly if you're a new vegan and looking for where to start, these books I found really helpful at the start of my journey, so I thought I'd share them with you. I have already tried to do this video this morning, but yet again, technical errors. So this is second time lucky. Hopefully I can remember everything and it works better this time. Stupid phone. Honestly, I need to get like a better setup for recording these videos, like find my camera. That would be an idea. So yes, anyway, without further ado, the cookery books. So the first one that I'm going to talk to you about is, surprise, surprise, Deliciously Ella, because I go on about her all the time. I found her really helpful at the start of my journey. Now, her cookery book isn't actually 100% vegan. You will find ingredients such as honey in there, which obviously isn't vegan, but you can just swap these for quite simply for things like maple syrup or agave nectar. They're perfectly fine and they work just as well. It's what I do. So I have a couple of her books. The first one, this is the first book that she did. This is just called Deliciously Ella. I love this book. It's so good for like starting places, because it has things like even breakfast ideas. For some reason, I really struggle with being creative at breakfast. I'm just like, banana, cereal, except when I first went vegan, I couldn't eat cereal because I wasn't used to plant milk and how it tasted. So cereal with soya milk was a bit like, I don't like it. I've got used to it now and it's okay, but in the beginning, I was looking for something a bit different so that I wasn't just doing smoothies every single day, because as much as I love smoothies, a bit of variation is always good. So in here, you have things like porridge recipes. I think the banana granola bars in here. Yep, granola bars. Chia breakfast puddings in here, and things like flapjacks and oat cookies, which, okay, maybe not for breakfast, but you could have them for breakfast. We've also got, I love this one, apple and honey loaf. It's lovely. It's a bit like banana bread, but just a bit different. Now, obviously, it's apple and honey, right? So why is a vegan going on about it? Apple and maple syrup. Works just as well, tastes amazing. So, yes, we love this book. It's got loads and loads of really cool ideas. It's set out really nicely. So, for example, I love the fact that it has really simple things. So, 10-minute tomato pasta, dead simple to do. Nice little pictures so you can see what it's supposed to look like. There aren't pictures of every dish. There are pictures of some of the dishes, but you get the general idea. I love the way it's laid out. It's really pretty. It's easy to follow, and it has desserts in it. Key lime pie for vegans. Now, I haven't made this one yet. It's on my to make list, so I would love to make it. I just haven't got round to it, but quite excited that it has things like this in it. I think vegan dessert can be quite challenging when you first go vegan, and particularly when you go out to eat and you're trying to think of ideas and you come across the dreaded vegan dessert sorbet line. Now, I am sorry, but sorbet is not dessert. Sorbet's lovely, but it's a palate cleanser. It is not a dessert. Bit of a personal bugbear. And if you're going to do sorbet, please, can we have it with something interesting, not just on its own? I can think of loads of things that go with sorbet. For example, raspberry sorbet with freeze-dried raspberries, popping candy, and say, for example, chickpea water. What's it called? Can't think of it. There's a word for chickpea water, but you can make meringue out of it. So you could do little meringues with it. Lovely. Alternatively, you can get chocolate and coconut sauce that you can use on ice cream. Sorbet, chocolate coconut sauce, cacao nibs, and maybe some honeycomb. No, not honeycomb. Can't eat honeycomb. That was almost a good idea. What could you put on instead? Popping candy. Or nuts, pecan nuts. They would go well with cacao nibs. Dress it up a little, make it interesting. I appreciate that the restaurants are trying to give us an option. It's lovely that you make the attempt to have a vegan dessert, but if you're going to do sorbet, please do something interesting with it, because it's really boring on its own. But anyway, enough of my sorbet issues. I do not have sorbet in the house. there are lots of dessert ideas in here. So you can do things like baked apples. You can do things like crumbles. You can do things like classic carrot cake. But more importantly, not only does she have dessert and breakfast recipes, we have loads and loads of ideas for lunchtime meals, for main meals. Things like, I love this recipe, by the way, guys. This is one of my favourites, if I can get the right page. Courgette noodles with avocado pasta. I am obsessed with avocados. Before I went vegan, I couldn't stand avocados, weirdly enough. I thought they were horrible, slimy things. Oh my goodness, my taste buds must have changed because I love avocado. Avocado on toast, avocado pasta sauce, avocado and chocolate mousse. I use it with everything. So, avocado is food of the gods, as far as I'm concerned. It makes the best pasta sauce. I made this one recently, the courgette noodles with the avocado pesto. It's gorgeous. You can dress it up. You can dress it down. It's dead simple. It's just a really nice evening meal, particularly when you've had a long day at work and you don't want anything that's too fussy. It's really easy to make. So, yes, we love that one. Also in here we have things like lentil bolognese, chili recipes, falafel, lots of soups, lots of different bits and pieces. There's even a superfood bread recipe. Now, my only criticism of this book is that its layout is a bit odd. You would expect a cookery book to be done in a sort of breakfast, lunch, salads, soups, dinners, desserts kind of way, or at least I would. No. She's laid it out. I get what she's done, and I get why. It's kind of laid out in a ingredients kind of way. So, for example, you'll have a section on grains and pulses. You'll have a section on nuts. You have a section on just vegetables. It works, it's fine, but it does make things a little bit tricky to find. So that's my only criticism. But moving on, this is not the only Deliciously Ella book I have. I also have this one. This is laid out in a bit more of a logical fashion for me. This is kind of more the traditional layout. This is actually my favourite of the two. I love this book. Pretty much everything I ate for the first 2 to 3 months as a vegan came out of these two books. They're just brilliant. I can't give her enough props, really. I'm not sponsored by Deliciously Ella, by the way, just in case you wondered. I just really, really love what she does. I think she's brilliant. So this book is my favourite, as you could probably, if you could see this, you'd understand what I mean, because it's covered in splashes from like soup that I've made, and like there's finger marks on it and stuff. One of my favourite things from this book, it's really easy, provided you've got time to grate everything. This is the carrot and beetroot sesame salad. This is gorgeous. Dead simple, lots of grating, but other than that, really easy to make. Brilliant for lunch with like pretty much anything. You can put it in a wrap with like avocado and tomato, and oh, it's just so good. So yes, we love that. I had to share that one with you. Also in here, we have recipes like this. Might look quite straightforward. Tahini buckwheat. Oh my God. So good, so simple, so quick to do. Now, I had never even heard of buckwheat groats before I went vegan. I was like reading this, I'm like, what on earth are buckwheat groats? It's a grain. You can use it like couscous, you can use it like quinoa. Just bung it in a pan with some water, let it absorb the water, you know, your usual rigmarole. This recipe is really easy, and what I love about this book is that she gives you kind of elements that you can put together and make up different combinations for lunches. So in here we have the tahini buckwheat, you've got a lemon quinoa recipe, you have a miso rice recipe. You can use those as a base and just bung whatever you want with it, really. So like roasted chickpeas, which there's a recipe for in here. What else? What else do I put with it? I can't even think now, I'm so excited. Pad thai can go with it. Various kind of salads on top, stick some mashed avocado with it, and maybe some just like vegetables sauteed with your like rice or your buckwheat. Oh my God, it just works. It's brilliant. I love the idea of having like a pick and mix section that you can just put together. But we also have in here things like this. This is the cauliflower pizza recipe. I love the alternative. I just love the idea of doing something a bit different, a bit quirky. That's really good. Obviously, you've still got your desserts. Warm spiced winter crumble. This is gorgeous. I've made this. And in one of these two books, there is a strawberry and banana crumble, which, oh my God, It's just beautiful. It's well worth making. I love it. You wouldn't think to put strawberries and bananas in a crumble, but believe me, it really works. So I could bang on about this all day. This is another favourite of mine. This is the creamy carbonara recipe. There's just loads of stuff. They're really, really great if you're looking for a starting point. I've done recipes from this for my boyfriend who isn't vegan, and he's eaten every single one of them and not even moaned that it's got things like aubergine in it, which he probably wouldn't normally eat. They're a great starting point. I found she was really, really helpful when I first went vegan. So thank you, Deliciously Ella, for putting that out there. She also has a blog online under the same name. Go and check it out. It's well worth a look. I can't recommend her enough, really. I found her really helpful. So enough about her, because I will go on about her all day, although there is a tenuous link between her and my next book. This book I actually saw promoted on Deliciously Ella's blog. It's by a lady called Olivia Wallenberg. I think I've pronounced that right. It's a desserts book because me and my sorbet issues. I wanted a book that just did desserts to give me some ideas, some ways of doing things in an alternative fashion, because things like pastry were a bit of a challenge initially. I was like, how do you do pastry as a vegan? It's dead easy. So this, without further ado, is Livia's Kitchen. This is just one really lovely, indulgent, decadent book. I love this. It's just, the recipes in it are so good. Now, I haven't made a lot of them because I haven't had this very long. But the first thing I made out of this book, if I can find the recipe to show you, bear with me just a second, because it was really good. And I think my boyfriend could have eaten the whole lot in one go. He really liked them. Mostly it's a bit like a millionaire's shortbread kind of idea. Here we are. So the recipe is raw, chunky peanut butter slab, and it looks like this. It's so, so good, but it's so, so sweet. I don't, funnily enough, have the biggest sweet tooth, despite all the going on about dessert. These are quite sweet, so I would cut them up into quite small pieces and have them like with a cup of coffee, maybe as a snack, or when you get home after work. Don't make them too big, guys, because they'll be too sickly. But there is in here a peanut caramel. Oh my God, so good. That thing is delicious. And I love peanuts, I love peanut butter, but peanut caramel, oh yes, we like it. So this was quite easy to make. It's just got like an oat biscuity base, as you can see. You've got the caramel in the middle and then like a raw chocolate topping, which is just made using cacao powder, some coconut oil, some vanilla. It says vanilla powder, but I just use vanilla essence. It's dead easy to do. It tastes really, really good. And yeah, so that's the first recipe I made out of this book, which I love. Now, there are lots of ideas in here. It's not just all chocolate. You've got things like cinnamon crumble parfait. You have, I have to show you this one, raw lemon cheesecake. I haven't made this yet, but it looks really nice. So I'm going to give that a go at some point. You also have ideas for like energy balls, using things like pistachio and matcha. Matcha is like a tea powder. It's a green in colour. You can use it for teas. You can use it for energy balls. You can use it for matcha lattes. All kinds of things, but it gives you lots of energy, and I find it really useful. You also have ideas in here for like mousses. You'll probably need avocados for these. Yep, avocados. There's loads of ideas. There's pies. There's tiramisu. Oh my goodness, I've only just seen that. There is raw tiramisu. I might have to make that. There's quite a lot of ingredients in that particular recipe, but I'm sure it would be well worth it. If I do make it, I will make a video for you. If you would like to see the raw tiramisu video recipe, let me know in the comments and I will do that for you. So there's loads and loads of lovely ideas in here. Yeah, I recommend this one as well. I just think it's really nice to have a desserts only book for a plant-based diet. So if you want to have a look, this is the book for you. It's called Livia's Kitchen. So I have 2 more books for you. Now the first one, if you live in the United States, you will probably have heard of Issa Chowdhury Moscovitz. I think I've pronounced that right. She co-produced this book with another lady whose name escapes me. Hang on. A lady called Lady? Possibly lady, possibly not. Terry's one of those names. It can be either. So this book is by Issa Chandra Moscovitz and Terry Hope Romero. Terry, if you're a boy and I've said you're a girl, I'm really sorry. But this book is amazing. I've actually had this for years. This is the Veganomicon. I have had this book before I even went vegetarian. That's how good it is. As a meat eater, I was using this. It probably helped me go off the idea and start on my journey towards veganism and vegetarianism initially and then veganism. This book is brilliant. It just has everything you could ever want in it. It's like the Bible for vegan cooking. It is an American book, so your temperatures are in Fahrenheit, but just go on Google and convert them. It's not difficult. And you will find the odd thing that you think, what on earth is that? When I first got this, I've had this book for like, a long time, like 15 years or something like that. I didn't know what a zucchini was when I first got it because you didn't see it that often. Obviously, it's a courgette, but you'll have the odd word that you think, what's that? Google it. That's my answer. This book doesn't have pictures in it, but it's laid out in a lovely way. It's just quite simple and straightforward. You've got little tips in these green boxes to help you with the recipes, but it covers every element of cooking you could desire, really. And there's a lovely section at the beginning that's like this thick on sort of tips and notes on different ingredients. So it'll explain, for example, what millet is, what couscous is, how you cook it, different uses for different vegetables. So the terminology used is explained. It's really good. And then the rest of this lovely big chunk is all the recipes. So you have recipes for, let me see, oh my goodness, everything and anything. Pâtés, dips, main meals, brunches, cookies, muffins. I recommend the muffins. So for example, some of the things you find in here, this is something that I love because if you're anything like me, meat alternative-y thingies are a bit confusing. So it has a section on how to cook tofu, tempeh, and seitan. Now, I've been vegan a year. Still haven't tried seitan or tempeh. I do actually have some tempeh in my freezer, which I am going to try soon. So you never know, I might use one of these recipes for it, and I will do another video for you along those lines. So in here we have things like curried tofu, marinated Asian tofu, glazed tempeh. What else? Ooh, broccoli potato soup with fresh herbs. That sounds nice. Oh, it does have pictures near the beginning. Some pictures. How did I manage to not know there were pictures in this book? I've had it forever. So there are pictures of some of the recipes. Just a little section. There's like waffles. I still need a waffle iron. To my boyfriend, if you are watching this, I need a waffle iron for my birthday or for Christmas, etc. Just a little tip for you there. Or anybody else who fancies sending me one. Don't ask, don't get. So anyway, back to the recipes. We also have things like smoky red peppers and beans gumbo. I love that. It's so good, guys. Honestly, it takes a while to make and it takes a while to cook, but it is so worth it and it lasts for ages and you make masses of it. So that's really good. You also have things like lentils with rice and caramelized onion. You have penne vodka. Oh yes. Pasta and vodka. Might sound a bit strange, works really, really well. You'd be surprised. It's lovely. It's just like, so good. But also you've got recipes for breads. You have recipes for cookies. You have recipes for cake. This book is just awesome. Buy it. You can get it on Amazon, guys. I haven't found it anywhere else in the UK, so I got my copy from Amazon. You could probably get it off eBay as well. It's well worth the investment. This book has been with me a long, long time and I still use it on quite a regular basis. So I thoroughly, thoroughly recommend this one. So, moving on. Bye, Veganomicon. Last but not least, you guys will have heard me talk about this one. We have Thug Kitchen. I love this cookery book. It's hilarious. Now, I will warn you, it has a rude language warning because you will find certain swear words in this book. It's just the way it's written, but it's really funny. It's just comical. It's written from just, I don't know, it comes from a place of love, I think, this book. And it's really funny. The idea is that, you know, eat like you give a damn is the phrase that goes with this. It's about knowing what you want, not feeding into the idea that veganism is expensive or really complicated. It's straightforward, it's easy, and it's about damn good food. So that's what this book is about, and that's why I love it. Some of the recipes in here, I don't even need to open this to tell you. So far, my favourite recipe is the lemony red lentil soup, which, if you watch my videos, you will have seen the recipe video for. It tasted amazing. It tastes like lemon chicken, and it has no chicken in it. How is that possible? It's just, oh, so good. I can't talk about it enough. I love that recipe. So, as you can see from the front cover, we have kind of a Mexican-y, beanie feel. There's lots of tacos on the front of this. It's kind of like a street food, Mexican, funky book. That's the only way I can put it. So, you have loads of recipes like 5-spice fried rice with sweet potatoes. I've made this. It's lush. I love the pictures in this book. They're really vibrant. It's laid out in a really easy to follow kind of way. It gives you lots of tips and ideas. It even tells you how to cut a mango so it doesn't go flipping everywhere. I hate cooking with mangoes because it goes everywhere. You end up with all this mush and like this big stone. No. Follow the instructions in this book to do it like a hedgehog kind of idea. You'll understand if you've seen them. Makes it so much easier. So, that was really useful. Thank you, Thug Kitchen, for that. The other thing I love about this book, because I'm a big fan of cocktails, is that there is a cocktail section. For example, you have watermelon and hibiscus coolers. I can't wait to try this. I need to buy a watermelon. But there's just some really cool things. There's like lovely lasagna ideas. This is for a mixed mushroom and spinach lasagna. Now, I don't eat mushrooms because I'm allergic to them. Yeah, vegan that can't eat mushrooms. Helpful, huh? I would just use corn or maybe some like soy mince, something along those lines. So we could do that instead. There is, I haven't made this yet, but I want to. This is one of the burrito recipes for BBQ Bean Burrito with peach salsa, which just looks amazing. I can't wait to try that. I love burritos. So yes, this book is just awesome. It's really cool. It just has so much about it that I love. So check it out. And also in the upcoming future, I've actually just ordered their other cookbook, which is the Thug Kitchen 101. It's for sort of quick and easy recipes. Because I love this so much, I just had to have the other one. I think I have a problem where cookbooks are concerned. I just love them. So yes, if you would like to see a review of the other Thug Kitchen cookbook when I get it, let me know in the comments below and I will pop that up once I receive it. So that's my little review of some of the books that I found really helpful in my vegan journey. I hope that you found this useful. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below. And also if you have any comments or questions or suggestions, please feel free because I love hearing from you guys. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.